Hey everyone, this is Sandy from Heavenly Balance Yoga. Today we're going to talk about the tools you need to get started with yoga. This is not a requirement. You don't actually have to have any of these things, but having them can make life a lot easier. Like things in most industries, you have tools to do the job, and the tools that you have make the job easier. Yoga has similar tools to help you along your journey. The first thing you'll want is a mat. I will link all of these things that I use in the description down below. And like I said, you're not required to use any of them, but they can be really helpful if you need them. I have a preferred mat. I've tried many mats and some of them are not very useful. You slip and slide and it's not good. You need something that you can grip onto so that when you're in a pose, your hands and feet don't slide. I use the Gyeom. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly, but that's the mat that I use. But any mat will work. The next thing that I would recommend is a blanket. So I don't have anything special. It's just a blanket that we have laying around the house, preferably a throw blanket. You don't want anything too big. The reason for a blanket is that it'll allow you to lift your hips up. If you haven't been in a seated position since the last century, and you haven't been on the floor that long either, getting a blanket or something to help lift your hips off the ground will make the seated positions much more comfortable for you. The next thing you can get that will give you a little lift and help you in those seated positions so your hips and knees don't feel as much pressure, it's going to be a bolster. You can get a single or a double and they come in many shapes and sizes. I got a 2-pack recently, one in a little kidney shape and a larger rectangular shape. These are great to lift yourself up off the ground. Create a little space for you to be able to sit comfortably. The next thing I would recommend are blocks. And the blocks are probably one of the first things that I got. The blocks are great in giving you a little bit of height. So make sure that if you're having trouble reaching the ground or lifting out of a position, that you're using the blocks to give you a little bit of lift. Blocks can be used in 3 different positions. They can be a low, medium, or high setting. So these can be great to help bring the ground up to you in positions where you are just not physically able to get to the ground. I will demonstrate these in future videos and I'll be sure to give you suggestions on when you should be able to use them. Next would be a strap. The straps are great for doing things where you have to fold forward and you can't reach your toes. So if I tell you to reach your toes and you think I'm joking, you're most likely to reach your toes about the same time that you're going to win the lottery. You can use a strap to get that distance that you need. Bring a strap down and it'll help you fold forward. So these are easy to get. Again, I will link all this stuff in the description. And if you can't get these items or you choose not to, you can use various items around the house. Obviously, I use a blanket from my house. A pillow will work good as a bolster. Blocks, this is kind of funny, but you can substitute Harry Potter, which is just about the same size as the block. So they can give you that same side. So go to your thrift store and buy Harry Potter. Lastly, if you get a mat and you're struggling with sliding around, it's not sticky at all, I highly recommend getting Yogi Paws, which go on your hands and feet, and they have little grippies down at the bottom to help you maintain so you're not sliding. These are my personal ones that I've been using for years, but since I got this mat, I don't have the issue with sliding. The mat is lower quality. You may need to buy something additional to help you keep yourself in place. All right, hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or need any assistance, make sure to leave a comment. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks.